It's just another day in the lively city of Los Angeles, where people fill the bustling streets going about their daily routines. Mike, the new director at the city's Office of Emergency Management, gets breakfast ready for him and his teenage daughter, Kelly. However, the recent divorce takes a toll on Kelly, causing her to display attitude problems. Today is supposed to be the day they kickstart their vacation plans, but an unforeseen earthquake shakes the city, abruptly disrupting their plans. At the hospital, Dr. Calder grips her patient tight to hold him steady during the tremors, preventing any risk of collapse. Despite the chaos, Mike makes the decision to prioritize his work and opts to go to the office instead of continuing with their vacation. Consequently, Kelly has to stay with a babysitter. As Mike swaggered into the office, Emmett, his buddy, saunters over with the details that the earthquake has caused no major damage. Emmett advises him to get back to his holiday without delay. However, Mike's curiosity nags at him, and he decides to investigate the situation himself. After an inspection, he finds out that a water main has ruptured and the gas supply is cut off. Over yonder at the park, there's a group of hardworking builders toiling away at the Red Line subway extension project. They are engaged in a friendly bet on the magnitude of the earthquake. Immediately after hearing an unusual noise and noticing yellow gas leaking from the tunnel, they hasten to help a worker who has become trapped inside. Shockingly, the worker has suffered severe burns on half of his body. Mike, upon learning about the burned bodies in the park, begins to suspect foul play even though everyone assumes it is due to steam. In an attempt to halt the subway lines running alongside the area of occurrence, he endeavored tirelessly. However, MTA Chairman Olber brushed aside the request with great conviction, holding firmly that there was no peril concerning the trains. Olber's ego blinds him to the warnings and calls to cease construction of the railway. His pride in his project overshadows reason and compassion for the land and people affected. Meanwhile, the burned bodies are taken to the medical forensics for examination. Dr. Calder is caught off guard by the funky stench wafting from the burns. She knows right away it isn't caused by steam or gas, which confirms her hunch. Shortly after, Emmett arrives at the park to dissuade Mike from pursuing the case, asserting that gas leaks are not within their purview. However, Mike remains steadfast in his resolve. Mike and his buddy Gator take a plunge into the sewers and break all the rules. Suddenly, it becomes hot and tough to breathe as the tunnel is so close to the noisy subway. Gator stumbles upon a pack of sizzled mice, and the sight of their melted rubber gloves leaves them both in awe. Out of nowhere, hot gases burst forth from a crack in the concrete, sweeping through the tunnel with ferocity. They flee for their lives to escape being burnt alive. Mike has some solid evidence, and he's telling Emmett that he needs to shut the whole park down. Afterward, Olber introduces Amy, a geologist, who suggests an astounding assumption: an active volcano is quickly developing below the metropolis, with molten lava streaming through the Earth's crust. Unfortunately, Amy is having a hard time persuading Mike as she has no significant findings to back her claims up. Mike thinks the notion of molten lava in Los Angeles is absurd. Little did everyone know that the statue at the fountain in the park is gradually sinking. As the sun starts descending, Amy and her dependable partner Rachel go to explore the crash spot in the sewer, discovering a crack in the ground that sets free toxic fumes. They courageously navigate through the tunnels underground to collect samples and uncover the truth. Suddenly, another powerful earthquake shakes the area, causing a widespread power outage. Mike jumps up in a hurry and quickly checks on his daughter, making sure that she is safe as they navigate to a place of safety. The train driver deep down below, struggling to put the brakes on. But the train keeps its momentum and crashes into the darkness. The earthquake causes a fissure in the tunnel, and Rachel plummets, clinging to the precipice. Amy desperately attempts to rescue her, but the thick smoke intensifies and the tunnel grows unbearably hot. Suddenly, a scorching surge of steam engulfs Rachel, claiming her life, leaving Amy in a state of shock. Emerging from the tunnel, Amy notices the fountain water boiling, while generators gradually activate in key buildings across town. Concerned for Kelly's safety, Mike departs from home, bringing her along to the office. The city is thrown into chaos as steam geysers erupt from manholes, smoke fills the streets, and rocks fall around terrified citizens. Fires break out from lava bombs that land, causing destruction and accidents. At the MTA office, Olber gets some serious intel that a train gets stuck in the tunnels and springs into action, quickly building a team to save the passengers. The driver's now juggling two things at once, trying to soothe the anxious passengers and cracking the stubborn doors open, but the doors are just not budging. Calder sees some crazy volcanic bombs hitting a fire truck in traffic. Mike pulls over to help reassure the crowd, but things quickly devolve into a full-on frenzy of looting. Amy's equipment is stolen while she's distracted by falling ash. Firefighters battle the disaster as Mike rushes to the office, but he stops to help Calder tend to an injured person. Calder informs him about the fallen fire truck, prompting Mike to assist the firefighters. Another big shake hits the city, shattering a building's glass to pieces. Mike doesn't believe it, but Amy's word is bond when a whole volcano pops up from the tar pits, spewing a flood of lava down Wilshire Boulevard. Vehicles succumb to the molten onslaught, and a terrified Kelly flees the car. Kelly is straight up losing it as a nearby lava bomb sets her pants on fire. Mike extinguishes the flames and carries her to safety on his car. The fire truck is swallowed by the molten lava as a brave firefighter's attempt to save his buddy goes down in flames, and both of them get taken out. As a big boom echoes in the background, Mike passes Kelly over to Calder and tells her to take the little one along with the other injured folks to the hospital. Kelly begs her dad to come with them, but Mike puts his job first and stays behind. Choppers blitz the vicinity, beaming live footage as lava courses down LA's main drag. People flee their homes, including a dog clutching its bone, while Amy joins forces with Mike, working alongside police officers and firefighters to organize a safe evacuation and contain the lava's rampage. Mike conceives a plan to divert the flow by constructing a barrier. Together, they push a bus and puncture its tires to create a makeshift wall. Mike and Amy hop to rescue this dude who's out cold, but just their luck they run into this massive tree ablaze, blocking their path. With the help of firefighters and a lowered ladder, they escape above the encroaching lava. The ladder breaks, but they land safely, assisted by the firefighters. Amy contemplates abandoning the city and focusing solely on evacuation, but Mike remains resolute in his plans. The firefighters and cops in the city are using all sorts of gear to steer that hot lava away from important spots. Meanwhile, Olber leads his team in search of survivors aboard the stranded train, successfully rescuing everyone. Olber's intuition tingles as he realizes that the train driver has gone missing. Being the kind-hearted person that he is, he decides to retrace his steps and find the driver. He carries the unconscious driver to safety just as the lava engulfs the train, sacrificing himself. Amy places a basketball on the ground, observing its self-propelled motion as an indication of the ground's inclination. They push vehicles to guide the lava but with limited success. Emergency vehicles pulled up to the scene as Mike and Amy brainstormed a clever plan to set up some concrete barricades at the intersection, effectively trapping the fiery lava while choppers showered it with water. Every available person joins forces, pushing debris to maintain the barricade's integrity. Veterinarians save animals at medical tents, where Calder tends to burn victims and assigns Kelly the task of entertaining displaced children. With the barricade completed, firefighters solidify the lava and bring it to a halt. Amy's still worried, so she heads underground to check things out. And with a temperature reading device, she's able to confirm that the lava's still on the move. She calls Mike to let him know that the lava's not stopping, but it is changing directions. It's now headed towards the Red Line subway extension, and it looks like it may erupt at the Beverly Center. Mike and Amy team up, hoping to lower a camera into the tunnel to catch a glimpse of the lava's ferocity. Unfortunately, the scorching flow proves too fast and burns the camera before they can get a good look. Pushing Amy away, Mike narrowly avoids being engulfed in flames. They determine an eruption will occur in 30 minutes. Mike hits up Emmett, telling him to start the evacuation of the tents for the injured people while he works with Amy and figures things out. A nearby building sparks an idea, using explosives to divert the lava into Ballona Creek and ultimately the ocean. They're gonna tear down a 22-story condo building, even though it's on a totally opposite slope. Amy discovers that Kelly is missing among the rescued victims. The team races against time, with only 20 minutes left. Gator sacrifices himself to free a trapped worker under a collapsed column. The explosives ignite, and in the chaos, Mike pushes Kelly and the young boy to safety as the building collapses. Their plan succeeds, creating a tunnel diverting the lava. Amy searches for Mike and finds him emerging from the debris pile unscathed, accompanied by Kelly and the young child. Covered in ash, they look the same until rain washes away the ash. Amy expresses gratitude to Mike for teaching her not to give up, and with the crisis averted, Mike declines Emmett's new emergency assignment, finally realizing the significance of family. He decides to embark on that long-overdue vacation with his daughter, leaving behind the chaos they have helped resolve. So, this was all for today's video. Thank you for joining us on this thrilling journey through our story. We hope you enjoyed the tale of resilience, bravery, and the power of unity in the face of disaster. Remember, even in the darkest of times, there is always hope. If you enjoyed this story, be sure to like, share, and subscribe to stay connected with more captivating narratives. And don't forget to hit that notification bell to be notified of future adventures. We appreciate your support and look forward to bringing you more exciting tales in the future. Until then, stay safe, stay curious, and keep exploring the limitless realms of storytelling. Thank you for watching.